it's been a constant grind. So it's like
it's
hard
good.
for it to set in.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how Fred discovered us was on TikTok.
Yeah,
Really?
He said during the pandemic he went through like a TikTok wormhole.
You know, we play with bands we wanted to play with, like Vane and stuff, and then pandemic happens, and next thing you know, we're in this position. It's really wild.
Whenever I need music gear, I always go to sweetwater.com. If it's mics, headphones, or studio and recording gear, Sweetwater has you covered. Next time you need any music gear, support the podcast by using the link in the description and comment section below. Rolling? Eric, we're good? Okay, cool. Today, I am honored. The whole band, Dying Wish, is here in the studio. Santa Ana, welcome. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
For being here.
Slow clap.
Stoked.
It's an honor.
Can we do a quick intro, just so people watching, listening?
Absolutely.
Jeff, I play drums.
I'm Andrew. I play bass.
Pedro, I play guitar.
Emma, I do vocals.
Emma, I'm not Emma. I'm Sam. I'm Sam.
What the fuck just happened?
I play guitar.
Did you have a stroke, man?
I did.
No, I do the same thing. I'll say something. I'm like, am I having a stroke right now?
I'm listening around. I'm like, okay, I'm not Jeff. I'm not Andrew.
Don't fuck up.
No, you just
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up.
Wait,
And
who
fuck
am
up.
I?
you just heard 4 different names go into your mind at once.
Exactly.
Well, today you're playing the House of Blues. Great venue. Stoked. Great PA. It's gonna sound amazing.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Our man Connor is gonna mix us great.
Yup.
Really? Mm-hmm. Have I met Connor? Who?
Connor is a guitar tech for Prada. We met him
Oh, really?
when we started.
Okay.
We did a tour with Motionless, and he was working for them as well. So
I
Okay.
think Motionless is like his main job.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does monitors for them, I believe.
Yeah. Monitors for them, and he mixed us on that tour. I think that
Great.
was like one of his first times doing like front of house.
Yeah.
So he's kind of just like been mixing us a little bit, and so when we found out that he was going to be on this tour, we were like, hey, you want to mix us on this tour too?
Great.
So yeah, and he's been killing it.
Great. How's the tour with Prada going?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Unreal.
Excellent.
perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing both EPs, correct? Front,
Yeah.
in
And then
entirety,
like,
front to back.
some new stuff
They
as
do,
well.
yeah. They
Wow.
do some songs. They do both zombies. They do more songs.
Great.
It's dope.
Your band has done. I'm impressed with the amount you've accomplished in 3-4 years, because you formed in 2018, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about, yeah.
Just the amount you have done already is pretty. It's pretty impressive.
Seems
It's
fake. Seems like like what?
I was
Like
gonna
all
say,
those
like,
bands.
It really hasn't like sunk in like to me, honestly. Like
Yeah.
it's just been like a lot
Yeah.
that's happened.
It's been a constant grind. So
Yeah,
it's like
it's
hard
good.
for it to set in.
Right.
Yet.
It's like since the pandemic kind of let up and tours been happening again, like we like haven't stopped.
Yeah.
So
I do think that this tour is the one that it's setting in for me,
Yeah.
though, because we are getting really great treatment being as an opening band, but
Yeah.
we're one of 3. So, you know, we get a sound check every day, and we usually get a green room, and, like, the treatment's been really great, and so, and the crowds are awesome. So I think it's, like, actually setting in for me now, as opposed to, like, when we were on tour with Limp Bizkit, I was like, this isn't real. So,
You did for a Limp Bizkit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
awesome.
I mean, still it's
Unreal,
like,
yeah.
It hasn't set in.
Fred is like the coolest person ever.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Straight up.
he's so funny.
Dude, first day he was like he walked up to our trailer, like introduced himself to all of us, and was like saying how honored he was to like have
Really?
us with him, and
Yeah.
just, like
Like, bro, we're
He was
honored to
thinking-
be here.
yeah,
with
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
What
He was
Right.
thinking us.
what do you mean you're honored? You're like, that's crazy.
It's crazy when you listen to a band for so long and then like they're right in front of you, and then
Yes.
you're on tour with them. That's
Yes.
it's a crazy thing.
yeah, kind of feeling that like with this tour too.
Really?
Yeah.
Big, yeah.
Feeling this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently feeling this sitting in this room.
Pretty emotional, not gonna lie.
Wow, how did that tour with Limp Bizkit come up? That's a pretty big offer.
I really-
They
Tom-
just asked us.
Tom came to us and was like, "Do you guys want to do this tour with Limp Bizkit?" But I
No.
think we were.
Tom is our manager. Tom Williams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Plays guitar and
When
string.
we mentioned Tom, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we were busy at the time, and then we like didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah.
And then
So
he
we
came
had
back with
we had
it.
the Code Orange tour booked.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, Biscuit asked if we could do the tour, but like we couldn't." And then it came back around, and what they did was they split the tour with support like in half. So we did the second half of the tour. So it's like, and then Fred was talking to us, and he's like, I really wanted you guys. He knew us and like wanted us to be on the tour. So I guess they made it work so that we could do half the tour.
Yeah.
Knowing that we were already on the road. So it's like, I don't know.
They like
Pretty crazy.
It feels surreal.
So
they like
crazy.
bent it to where like made it work for us rather than like, all right, fine, we can't get him, so whatever.
Right.
They made it work for you guys. That's insane.
It's
Insane.
so cool.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
So wild.
Thanks,
It's
TikTok.
hard to imagine that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how Fred discovered us, was
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Yeah,
Really?
He said during the pandemic he went through like a TikTok wormhole, and that's how he found Scowl and us.
Wow.
It was like a live video
Yeah.
of like someone like filming us playing, and then it just like went viral for some reason.
At midnight hour in SFV. That
Yeah.
was
Oh
the show.
yeah.
Yep.
And,
that's
and
funny.
Andrew wasn't present. Because,
What
and
happened?
people were like,
COVID.
why isn't there bass? Yeah, COVID.
That was like the first tour back from the pandemic, and that was like one of the last shows. It's
Everyone's
like,
getting COVID
Yeah,
during that
he
time.
got COVID, so he had to
Yeah.
leave, and so
We had it was the Motionless in White tour, and we had like routing shows afterwards because it ended like somewhere out east.
Yeah.
So we were doing routing shows back home with Silent Planet, and then there was like 3 more, and I like got COVID at the very end of it, so I
Yeah.
didn't play the last few shows.
so yeah, we had to like play bass with like tracks or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Oh
That was
shit.
not fun.
Yeah.
That all happened.
Yeah.
You know, how'd you get COVID?
I don't know. We were in Texas.
That's a great answer.
one of the guys in Motionless got COVID too. The same.
Yeah,
same
he had to
tour.
stay at Nashville, and he didn't finish the tour.
Yeah, but nobody else
Oh,
did.
But
I
then
forgot
we all
about that.
tested, and we were all negative. Yeah, so I got it like a week or 2 later. Yeah, I don't remember the dates, but
Yeah, and nobody else did. I got COVID after our tour with the Acacia Strain, and we were all in a van together for 2.5 days, and I was the only one that got it.
Oh, yeah.
Still.
I don't get how that works.
yeah.
So
That
it's so
tour
bizarre.
Also, that tour also got cut short, like 3 shows because someone else got COVID, so they had to like cancel the rest of the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first tour back is always kind of rough. Everyone's catching COVID. Some people aren't talking about it. Some bands are not talking about it, so playing a show and
Right.
some obviously tours get cut short.
Sure.
We're on tour with Ginger. Like halfway through, we I didn't expect this. I'm like, are we going to be the band that just keeps playing shows? I don't know. And then halfway through, the whole band had it. So it's like you can't really hide that.
Yeah.
it can't really just go out there.
True.
But I mean, yeah, you guys, you got through it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey the last like year, honestly. And you know, we were a very small band, and then we did a tour with Counterparts and met Tom, and he became our manager, and then the pandemic happened, and we got signed and did a record over the pandemic, and then we've just, as soon as we could tour, we've been pretty much doing it nonstop. I think 7 months out of the last year have been complete touring, so.
That's pretty crazy. Like it's kind of like everything was timed out perfectly, even with the pandemic. It's so bizarre.
Time was in our favor for sure.
Yeah.
Cause the band formed in 2018, correct?
Yeah, like early 2018. Mm-hmm.
Wow. From what I found, it looks like it's all of you, right? So I mean, how did the band start?
Well, us three have
was-
known each other forever.
Yeah, we went to middle school and high school together, and like we started like a shitty like fucking hardcore band that was like not good,
Right.
and then
It was our first band.
yeah. I even like still think that Dying Wish is still like our first band. Like we just
Technically,
changed our name and then I don't know.
Sam joined the band.
Changed the band.
I met them at a house show.
Yeah.
That
Best place.
That
Creeping
Creeping Death
Death.
was playing.
Yeah, and
That
Momentum.
band's sick.
And that band is very sick.
Creeping Death is playing Portland.
Yeah, it was like a
They
basement
are.
show.
They busted
Oh,
a
yeah,
window
yeah.
Like
at
we
the
knew,
venue that I
we
booked shows
knew,
at.
like Sam was like in this friend group. We were in this friend group. Like we knew like about each other, and then like we saw each other at that show, and then we're like, "Do you want to be in our band?" And he's like, "Yeah."
But I guess I'll do it.
Yeah. Sam was playing bass, which is crazy because Sam is lead now and writes all the music. And then Andrew came to a show and took photos.
And the photos were sick. And
They
we're like,
were
"Yo,
so
these
cool,
are sick
and I knew
pictures."
he played bass in a band called Hampton. And
Rip.
yeah. So I asked him, I was just like, hey, do you know anyone that wants to play bass? And he was like, well, I play bass. And I was like, cool, come to practice. And it was just like, ever since then, you know, one of us. So.
I mean, yeah, that was basically the start of it.
Right.
Say,
Yeah.
you know.
First show you
'Cause
played
I
with
was
us
like-
was Vane
Yeah, it was Van and Judiciary.
at Blackwater.
Because we changed our name, and then like one of the first shows was with Sam, and then the next few shows with it was Andrew. So like, yeah.
Our first show as Dying Wish was with Knocked Loose,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a quick guess. Was it at the Hawthorne?
No, this was at a spot that's no longer open called
Analog.
the Analog Theater in
I
Portland.
never been there.
It was a 300 cap room, so this was I want to
kinda
say
rough.
Knocked Loose's first headliner was with Terror and Jesus Peace,
Yeah.
and Year of the Knife.
Yep.
And we opened, and that was kind of how the whole like Knocked Loose thing started. But they were having a local opener on each show, and they're the best, so they picked the bands that they like from the area, and we were them, so that's really cool. But
You were handpicked.
yeah, it's awesome.
How? They just,
I don't know. They liked our shitty band because we were shitty at the time.
I think like everyone in Knocked Loose like kind of like keeps their like they know every new band that comes out. They know every new like music. So,
that's what's up.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So they like are like they're on it. I guess you could say like they really know like who's who.
They're really very much hardcore.
Their
people.
ears are to the streets.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. And you're based out of Portland, correct?
Yeah.
Is it Portland or is it in the outskirts of Portland? What's
Portland.
Portland.
Well, I was.
Oh,
I mean,
rare. That's pretty rare.
Yeah.
We're all born and raised in Oregon, so I think we all live in Portland proper now. Well, kind of.
That explains your sound. It sounds it's very hard to do the type of music that we do, and have it like you know where the band's from, and and it has like that personality in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the band has like that sound, and it explains a lot when you're all born in the same state. It's cool. You know?
Well, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that. I guess.
Yeah. And also, I didn't know some of you went to high school together. Even more so.
Middle school.
Middle school.
Middle
yeah.
school.
Middle school.
Middle.
Literally
Wow.
known them for
Dude.
more than half my life. It's crazy.
They knew my cousin.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to high school and middle school with his cousin.
Yeah.
Dude, it was. I mean, like, when I met him is like when I like learned about like metalcore and like deathcore and shit like that.
Yeah, it's my fault.
And
And like straight edge and shit.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh, that's why
he was like the one who like introduced all that shit to me, and then I was like,
Here's Throwdown.
Yeah.
not even. Dude, it was literally like a mirror.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he had the
It's
best
just
haircut.
Oh, of course.
No, yeah, I was one of those weird kids who like stay up like till like 4 a.m. look up random stuff on MySpace, like random bands. Like
Oh, my
just,
is the best.
like just like, oh, why is this band in their top 8? I'm gonna look them up, and then just over and over again, and then yeah, I'd be like, hey, you should check out this band, like stuff like that.
We started going to shows together in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Probably we saw Prada together for sure.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and my first show ever, stage diving. P was there, and yeah,
Yep.
it's been.
Taking the bus at like 1 in the morning in like deep downtown.
Dude,
Yeah.
me and you did
Whoa.
that and saw like I Wrestled a Bear once, and it was like
Yeah.
one of the worst nights of my life. Not really, but it was like the first time I've ever done anything like that. And I was like, I lied to my mom, and
You like your mom?
because I was like, I'm gonna spend the night at Peter's house, and it's just gonna be.
Yeah, I'm the bad influence. He was the good kid.
And then we took a bus to downtown Portland and
Yeah.
saw I Wrestled a Bear once and like some other random bands. And it was-
Where was that?
It was Satyricon. Rip.
Satyricon.
Oh my goodness.
Rip.
That's an evil show. That shit's evil. Didn't Joey Jordison, rest in peace, play like tour with them?
I have
Right?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Oh
We
shit!
could have fact checked that.
Wow.
We got a fact checker.
Give it a goop. Give it a goop.
What was being from Portland? What was your venue? I never knew about the Analog till this moment. I know there's a Hawthorne.
Hawthorne.
For
That-
sure.
Yeah,
Hawthorne.
Yeah, like all the bands, like in the Rise Records, like Boomin' era and like the Sumerian era, all of those bands would come play.
You
the
saw
Hawthorne.
all those bands
Oh yeah.
up
Oh,
and
yeah.
coming.
They always came through Portland, and now I feel like people skip Portland a lot more. But the Rise Records is in Portland,
Yeah.
and now Equal Vision is too. So
It's very there's something about being young and seeing the bands in your face up close that just stays with you. You know, and then it's like, oh shit. I mean, I could kind of do that, I think. I could kind of take photos and play bass, like, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah, Hawthorne was a sick venue. I imagine growing up around there, it being a really cool place to come up and see bands. Obviously I'm not from there. I'm there, once every 2 years, but I imagine actually being there all the time. Really, really cool to see bands play.
Yeah, it was really cool playing that show with Prada that was sold out earlier this week. Because I've been going to shows there forever, and Sam and I actually worked at the Hawthorne for a few years, and so so much of my musical history and like the band's musical history is in that building. So
when we did our record release show too, like we did our record release, and it's like I don't know if it sold out, but it was like very close to selling out. And
It
was
looked
like,
sold out.
It looked sold out, and it's literally just for us. Like the whole room is filled, and like it's just kind of crazy. I like going to shows there the whole time, like growing up, and then playing a sold out, almost sold out, whatever you want to say.
That's a big moment.
Show, based on
it is.
us, it was pretty sick.
It's like full circle moment.
Yeah, that kind of shows you probably right. Like, okay, I should keep doing this. It does help kind of seeing like there's like people in the venue. It kind of helps you keep going. It helped us keep going for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely reassuring.
It's definitely when it's like people you don't know, have never seen at a show, and they're like, "Oh, you're my favorite band," or like, I was like, "Oh,
That's the
weird."
thing for me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay.
Like, who are these
I was
people?
like, when we play Portland, it's just like people that we know. But then like we're headlining the Hawthorne, and there's like 350, 400 people there, and I'm like, who are you people? Like, how do you know who we are? Like, it feels weird in that sense, but it was a really good night for sure.
It's like, where do all these people come from? I don't know. These aren't my friends.
Yeah. Most of them are friends that we know that are there, but then like 90% of them are not.
It's
It's
just
so dope.
Yeah, weird catapulting from being like a local band that I would put on because I would book shows and we'd play with bands we wanted to play with like Vane and stuff, and then pandemic happens and next thing you know we're in this position. It's really wild.
That is wild. And you guys even have like a more deeper history with Hawthorne. Like, so obviously you both used to work there, and the show at Knock Loose already happened, and then you were working for a show for Atreyu, correct?
Yeah.
And then you got like a DM from Brian from Knock Loose, randomly, saying sing on his track.
Yep.
Yes, the day of the Atreyu show. I remember exactly where I was when he asked me.
At the Hawthorne.
At the Hawthorne, at the back gate, loading in Atreyu. Yeah.
I know exactly where that is too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's kind of crazy. Like a moment like that has obviously stayed with you as it should, and what that has put your band. And the momentum that started just from that, and obviously like you did the track, and they weren't like Knock Loose yet. I mean that was for A Different Shape of Blue, and that record turned to be that record. It's like, again, timing is so strange. Where like you happen to do guest vocals on a record that's gonna take off.
Right.
That
band really came into their own on that record, and just
agreed.
They reached the new level of their band, and it's really cool to see their progression because that EP they did is also very good, and I'm just excited to see what they do next. But honestly, the way that they have carried us and like so many other bands just by like putting us on is really admirable, and something that I know that we kind of want to hold as an example as well.
Of course, you kind of want to pass the torch, like, any time you can help out somebody else, like you do it.
Right.
You'll be surprised how many bands don't do that. It's nuts. A lot. I won't name names, and we'll move on. Trying to make this a positive conversation. But
Limp Bizkit even like asking us, it's like another thing, like a massive, like the biggest band in the world at one point was like knows who we are and wants to like put us on.
It's so cool.
It's really awesome. Yeah.
It is a community. That's what it's all about.
It is. It's a community. It's our culture. I was having this conversation yesterday with a friend of mine. Well, I'm born and raised. He's like a death metal guy. Like an early '90s death metal. That's it. Everything else sucks. They're all a bunch of pussies. And but I was like, man, like a lot of the bands you're defending right now, I know them, and they don't really want to build their community, which is I think is really lame. And like to me, it's like people forget it's literally us against everybody. Literally, like Metallica still get shit on. They put the Grammys and like here's Lady Gaga. It's just like that's summed up like where we're all at. You know,
Right.
it's like it's cool that anytime you could get to push your band up, do it. You know, it's sick. So what happened after you do that track? Like what happened after that?
Well, we had already had Enemies written, and we were talking about, wanting a feature on it. And then we just figured like, hey, want to trade features? And so he did that. And it was either that or the feature that I was on kind of landed us the Counterparts tour. And that was like our first like.
I think Brandon from Counterparts just heard us and
Really?
was like, I want to bring them out because I remember I was doing a tour and both the Counterparts tour and your feature happened like at the same time, and I was like, what? Like, how did we get here? So I think the Counterparts thing was like separate, and then like you did your part, Brian did his part on our song, and everything just kind of snowballed really fast.
You're right. It was like instantaneous.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think timing with our band is a very big factor.
Kismet.
Like
Yeah.
like the timing of everything that's happened with us is just like I don't know. Just like, can't write it
because
better.
all of that happened. We were unsigned, no management, like we were completely DIY. But Counterparts Soul was like, yeah, like we'll take you out on the West Coast, and that was like our first kind of like real tour, like where like that like an agent booked and like all that, you know.
And then that's kind of where
And
Tom.
then, and Straight from the Path was on that tour, and Tom met us and was like, why do you guys not have a manager? And
Was that the same tour that Brian did his part for?
no, that
Enemies
was the
at?
Sanction tour.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Wow. Timing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so nuts. And bands get so caught up on like, oh, we need to get signed before we do anything. And you guys just do shit. You guys went on tour before you even had a manager or signed or
I wasn't expecting. I mean, I don't know if anybody was expecting anything to happen with this band.
Not at all.
At all.
No.
Especially on this
It's just
scale.
passion.
Yeah. It was very
passion
DIY
grind.
for a minute.
Yeah.
Just grinding.
Literally.
It sounds like you've been working
Definitely.
We've
Yeah.
been working.
constantly.
Constant.
Your band's working right now.
As we speak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got a sound check in like an hour and a half.
so sick. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Holy shit, dude. For real, like you guys, it bugs the fuck out of me when bands get jaded and then they kind of stop that grind.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
I love it.
That's the
great.
beginning of the end when that happens.
Right.
It is.
Like things start sounding really bad.
Oh yeah, I know from experience. The moment you stop to get the momentum back and going, it is hell to get that shit going. So it's really cool to see your band working, and no matter what, instead of sitting at the venue and doing nothing, you're here having a great conversation, talking about the band, telling your story. You'll be surprised how many times you got to tell your story. Mm-hmm. You got kind of have to retell because someone else is either going to read an interview or watch it. You kind of that's why I say the same thing over and over again sometimes. But like it'll reach someone that hasn't,
Hasn't heard it yet.
Right.
you got it. So it's cool.
Yeah.
So sick. Should I do my shot now? I don't know.
Hell yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Seriously.
Absolutely. I don't have a.
Diane Witch is sick.
I already drank my
Cheers.
drink.
Chris,
Oh,
here we go.
Eric,
Bad
cheers.
luck.
Kim and Clutch.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Again, going back to timing, because there's a lot of things that I know about your band. So, obviously, like you're all stoked. You're going on tour, and I know that feeling. But when did like COVID happen for your band?
It was right after we got our agent.
Oh no!
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did the Sanction tour.
Literally like a week after we got back
Yeah,
or
and
something
then
like
we
that.
got our agent,
Wow.
and then it was just like a month later. Like we were talking about the tours that we were gonna do this summer, and like things.
I still
that,
think
like,
about it. I
ideas-
still think about that.
ideas that he had for us, and we
Yeah.
were like all getting really excited. Like we're like, oh, it's all about to happen. Like we're like gonna tour a lot, like because
It's about to happen. Oh wow!
We were supposed to do. we were supposed to do like another tour with Sanction and like Misery Signals, like.
Oh yeah.
In the summer.
And we're like so stoked on that one.
He was
And
talking
then-
about like an Amir tour in the
Dude,
fall.
we were like,
yeah,
there was so
Whoa.
much stuff in our future. We're like, this
Yeah.
is gonna be so sick.
And
like,
then we couldn't do anything, and it was really interesting. But again, with timing, we recorded the album, and then we put it out in October, and we could tour like in September. So it was just like we went on tour, and then we dropped the album, and then like we've been able to tour since. So it's like we dropped the album at a time when we were able to
Touring was just
play
about to
it
come back.
live.
Yeah, it was just
So it's like, cause like I mean, there's been bands that were dropping albums over the pandemic that like people like had to wait to see live, you know. But like for us, it's like we dropped the album and like we're on the road. So it's just like it just worked out perfectly.
Yeah, in a weird way, you got some pretty terrible news, but also you were about to write a record. And so was it like, okay, we're doing all these tours and then we'll write a record, or was it like, okay, we don't have the tours anymore, let's write a record?
It was kind of like
I
that.
think
Yeah.
that's what
Tom
it
was
was,
just
yeah.
like, "What do you want to do?"
Yeah, I think we were
Yeah.
like debating on even doing just like a EP. And
Yeah.
we're like, I don't. Some of us were split on like wanting to do just like 5 songs and not really want to do like a full album or like whatever. And so like.
But we were all just kind of like, "Let's just send
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Send it. We got the time."
Yeah, we have
booked.
the time.
Yeah.
It allowed us to like really spend the time and like tactfully have a rollout and everything for the record too, which was cool.
That's important to have a rollout. You kind of have to have that one, you know?
Yeah, it was nice to like not rush it, and just kind of sit on it and kind of figure out what we wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that jump from your first record to the second one was a big jump.
Yeah.
That's a special time. It's like, oh, they're on some shit right now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, those high gain tones.
Yeah.
Those where it's too much, but that's why I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah. You play Mesa, huh?
I do.
I knew that.
Yeah. Mesa dual rec,
2-channel.
2-channel.
Of course I knew that.
Exactly.
So sick.
From
dude.
'97.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who? Just out of curiosity, who's your favorite band?
At the Gates.
I was gonna say I already
At
knew-
the
I already knew
Gates?
that.
At the Gates is my favorite band.
Now I hear that. Okay.
I pull a lot from them. Yeah.
At the Gates.
I owe everything to that band.
Do you have a number 2?
Oh man.
Number 2 is tough.
That's a
Number
crazy
2 is really
question.
tough because like Cannibal Corpse, like
Okay.
that's my guitar tone right there.
It is.
Maxon ST9 Pro Plus Mesa dual rec.
Yep.
Damn.
It's Rob.
It is, huh?
It is.
Wow.
To a T.
We watch a lot of rig rundowns
Yeah.
when we're not.
Same,
when
dude.
we're not
Yeah.
doing like, how do they sound like that? Oh, that's why. I'm gonna go buy it.
Every time I see that band, it blows my mind.
Cannibal?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just insane.
Top notch. They get bands like me, my band, I'm pretty sure maybe similar to your band. Like, they give me hope. I see George
Yeah.
in his 50s. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, you're still doing that?
They're
That
still
shit
going.
is sick. I have no excuse. I better start headbanging harder, man. And oh my gosh, they definitely set the bar. Them, I think the top 2 bands are them and Korn. Just set this bar
Corn, yeah.
that just, man, I gotta keep headbanging.
Unreal. Yeah.
God, my fucking neck hurts. It's fucked up. Man.
Exactly. I got so bummed when like At the Gates was playing Slaughter of the Soul front to back,
You didn't see it.
and
huh?
our tours are just going.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst,
Opposite,
dude.
yeah.
I fucking hate that, man.
It's so bad.
Oh, it's bad. Emma, do you have a favorite band?
It's hard to pick just one.
Or maybe like a top 5?
Top 5, probably Hatebreed,
Damn, you took mine.
Deftones, it's hard. Top 3, Hatebreed, Deftones, and hardcore wise, probably a band called Foundation is like up there.
Foundation? Never heard of them.
Andrew's wearing the shirt right now. So good. They're from Atlanta. They broke up like probably 5 or
Straight
6
edge.
years ago. They
Very
were
straight edge.
band.
I was thinking, like, is that a straight edge? Is X Foundation X, or is it Foundation?
It's just
Foundation.
Foundation. The lyrics are crazy. You would read it and it reads like a poem. You would not even imagine that it's, it fits the music that they play, but it does. It's very poetic but really good.
Damn.
So, well, she took one.
I
was gonna say.
I gotta
Start thinking.
I was gonna
Start
say-
thinking.
Going around.
I was gonna say Hatebreed, but if I like think about it like musically, like what I want to write when I sit down and write, it goes 100 Demons
Ooh, nice.
or my favorite band of all time, the Ramones.
Oh yeah.
That's the Johnny Ramone was the reason I picked up a guitar.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's say you're not familiar with the Ramones, which I'm talking about myself, like what's like a record? What's the record that you should play?
Either Rocket to Russia or honestly, the song Pet Cemetery is probably the track.
You mean the movie?
Well, then it's the song for the movie.
Cool.
Jackass.
I got it. Hey, Jackass.
Put her there.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Show love.
Andrew, you're next, man.
In like the world of heavy music, like I would probably, it's so.
I mean, any music. I mean, this is your time.
I would say like my top two bands are like Third Eye Blind and Jimmy Eat World, but I love.
Third Eye Blind. That's a good one.
Third Eye Blind is an unbelievable band, and I saw them like right before like this tour started. I got to see.
How
them.
was that?
It was incredible. It was amazing.
It's awesome to see your favorite band live.
Yeah.
That's
like,
sick as
like
fuck,
one
dude.
of yeah.
Sick as fuck.
But in this world, I mean, like Hatebreed, Terror, Incendiary, Foundation, like, yeah. I mean,
So it's Third Eye Blind and hardcore. Those are okay. Got it.
like
That's-
I mean, I like a
Dying
lot of
Wish.
music.
Got it.
I like a lot of music. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Cool.
we all have a really like various taste as far as like the different things that we listen to.
I hear it. Well, most importantly, I feel it. Yeah.
I have to say, I'm not gonna do like one to. I'm not gonna
Sure.
but Kill Switch Engage. I have to say.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
Kill Switch Engage.
Naturally.
Kill Switch Engage was like one of the very first bands that like I actually like loved. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Dying Fetus.
Yeah.
That's another one. I like Dying Fetus tattoo.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then
That's serious business.
I don't know.
You can say it. Just say it. Come on.
Say
We all
Hatebreed,
know.
it's Hatebreed.
Tom, our manager, is gonna be pissed.
Okay.
But
Just
I
say it.
fucking love As I Lay Dying.
Cool. I knew it was. I knew it was
Who
something
cares?
bad.
Whatever.
Got it.
Don't have to
Great
get,
band.
don't have to get into it. But
Great.
and then as far as like not a heavy band, John Mayer.
John Mayer.
Oh,
Great.
John Mayer.
Love John Mayer.
One of the best human beings alive. God damn. I got to see John Mayer before we left for this fucking crazy amount of touring too, and it was like one of the best nights of my life.
Oh, that's right.
How it was sick.
It was amazing.
I wish I could.
What was it? John Mayer? Or was it John Mayer with the Grateful Dead?
It was just straight John Mayer.
Oh, sick.
I was like, because John Mayer announced a tour with Grateful Dead, and I was like, we'll be home, but like, I don't fucking care about the Grateful Dead.
Whoa,
And then,
Whoa.
and then he.
What the fuck, man?
Jesus. Okay, sorry.
Too straight edge.
And then he announced another tour, which was like off his like his like new album. And then they played Seattle twice. They don't play Portland, but me and my girlfriend drove up to the second date in Seattle and got to see it. And it was literally like I got insanely good seats and like
You gotta do it.
dude. It was like
Perfect set list.
Perfect set list.
Oh, even
It
better.
was like literally one of the best like experiences of my life. Gotta say.
It's a big one. When you see your favorite band or artist, you got to pay money to get the tickets you want.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
wasn't even
it's
that
so worth
expensive
it.
either. Like I was chilling. Like yeah, it was sick.
That's great. You know what? Without knowing that, because I was curious, because I was listening to your band this morning, and I was like, there's something that the hardcore element is so undeniable. I was like, Hatebreed is like that just has to be.
Yeah.
I think-
That is so in
Yeah.
there.
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
hate Breed that too as well.
Hatebreed tattoo,
Yeah, I
Dying
think
Fetus
every-
Belly
tattoo,
rocker.
Yeah, everyone.
John Mayer
I
tattoo.
think everyone's like.
I got a Van Halen tattoo
Really?
That's true. Yeah.
on my leg.
I think everyone could say Hatebreed is one of their favorite bands.
Yeah.
In a band, and then Killswitch Engage.
And that's our next North America tour.
That's a big deal, huh? I mean, a band that's influenced you for so long and has such a a big piece to your sound and vibe. It's crazy to have to do a tour, huh?
Yeah, when we got the text, all of us were
Resounding.
Collectively freaked
we
out.
all
Okay,
freaked
Tom,
out.
our manager, was like, "It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of touring." But and then said,
Yeah,
Hatebreed,
he's
we're
like, "There's a catch. There's a lot of touring," and we're like, "Fuck,
Who cares?
let's do it." Yeah.
Yeah, when you're ready to tour, just go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the phone's ringing, you got to pick up. You know.
Exactly.
That's kind of
great.
what it's been this year. Is like, I don't think any of us really planned to be on the road as much as we have been, but we've just been getting offers that we couldn't say no to. You know.
Yeah. How you? So yeah, I have been looking at the offers you've been getting and the tours you've been doing. If I'm gonna be transparent, I'm a little bit concerned How have you been handling like the, extensive and nonstop touring?
It's a process we're still learning, I think.
Yeah.
We definitely do a lot of more check-ins, like
Yeah.
quote unquote band meetings, but not really. Just trying to see like where's everyone's heads
Really?
at.
Communicating is becoming
Yeah.
a
It's definitely
thing.
been like a blessing.
We have to be very honest with one another, and if something's bothering us, we just gotta say it
Which
because we're up each other's ass all the time.
Still
so.
learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a blessing and a curse because like it's sick because we're getting all these sick tours, but at the same time like being home for like, because we're gonna be after this tour, we're gonna be home for like 2 weeks and then gone for
We're
another.
gonna be
A
home for
week.
1 week.
and
One
then
week.
we're
A week.
gone for the rest of the year.
Like,
And then we're
like,
gone until
it's-
until mid-December. Yeah.
definitely grueling and not comfortable, but
Well, yeah, I mean, we definitely are. Physically, we just built bunks. Andrew had this whole blueprint for bunks that we built in our vans, so that's more comfortable. We literally wake up in a Planet Fitness parking lot every day, so we all exercise, which I think is really essential to your physical and mental well-being.
Shower.
Shower,
Yeah,
shower,
every day.
For your smelling well-being, and for the well-being of the sanity of the people around you.
I also think it's just like it's like a small price to pay for like a better payoff in the future. To like we're gonna be touring this much, but it's for a greater good.
Yeah.
It's just the investment right now.
the
It's just
grind,
the
yeah.
hustle. Yeah.
As Tom says, this year is all about discovery. So we're playing to crowds like Code Orange, Limp Bizkit, Devil Wears Prada,
Hatebreed.
Hatebreed, Lionheart and Terror in Europe. Like, it's
Oh, yeah.
wild, the various amount of things that this band is able to do, and it's really cool that we have all these different crowds that we can fit into.
All in under 4 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's wild.
right.
You're
Hasn't sunk
You're
in,
stoked, huh?
still.
I'm so this is everything I've been wanting to do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, oh, I want to like do that. I want to like play guitar or drums or be
Yeah.
a singer or something, or like and then you start doing it. It's crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I said this before. Like I don't know anything else. Like I don't. I'm not,
Oh, same. No,
I don't know how to do anything.
I don't
else.
have anything to fall back on. Like, this is it for me.
I was going to say, quite literally, none of us have a backup plan. Like, we're all
Yeah.
100% in on this.
Yeah.
That's what separates you from the rest. Because I heard your record and like it has. That's the only way you can sound that way. It's the only way. You can't have a plan B.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, this is this is our only option to play this music and do this, and that's why the music sounds that way and feels that way.
Good.
So, oh shit, this is serious. My goodness, and to add like a new element to, let's say, hardcore or metalcore, it's like, oh, it's a hard thing to do. You know, a lot of bands can't exactly put their own twist to it. So when I come across a band that puts their own twist to it and makes it their band and their sound, it's they did it. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Fucking badass.
Thank you, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's fucking heavy. Heavy. Too much game, but that's okay.
That's right. That's what you need. Right there.
Too much game.
But do you find that like I like to push the gain a lot, but like to the point where it almost sounds like shit?
I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up.
Okay.
I'm very modest, but he's like all the way up.
I'm dimed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dimed out.
I'm dimed out.
You got the fucking mesa. You got the fucking pedal.
Yep.
That's sick.
Yeah. Swollen pickle. I'm not using it so much, but yeah. It's
What'd you
on
call
there.
me?
Swollen pickle.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. It's very rare to hear people and talk about their communication. Like you're already out of the gates. You're already communicating.
Isn't that so crazy?
It took a year.
It took a little bit, but you know.
Hey, it took me 20, so if you're well ahead. So it's great.
But yeah.
Andrew has this thing called pie. I forgot what it is, to be honest, but
yeah, we haven't been doing it too much. But,
no, but it's still there.
The pie check-in is your physical, intellectual, and emotional health. So it's like you kind of talk about how you're feeling, like physically, what's going on in your head, and how you're like feeling emotionally. And sometimes we'll just kind of like go in a circle, and be like, "How's everyone feeling?"
Not even just like band-wise, just like outside too.
Yeah, exactly. And and then it's just like also like is there any like tension? If so, how can we resolve it? Like what's going on? How can everyone feel?
I think
better?
that was like one of the main things we started doing now is like we're not letting stuff like
Fester.
stew or like fester. Like we're like calling it out like as it happens
As it
or whatever.
happens.
Yeah. Kinda.
You do that?
Trying.
I think for us to keep going, that's how we have
I
to do
think
it.
we have to. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we're kind of all a little stubborn.
We're all
So-
stewards.
Yeah.
And we also, I don't know, like, I'm the type of person to, like, you know, just keep everything inside, and then later on down the line, I'll implode and, like, freak out, you know.
Yeah.
So, it's better I don't do
It's
that
better
to the band.
to let it out immediately, even though like it might be like harsh at the time, but it'll be less harsh than it would be if it like built up. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like we're just doing what we can to prevent any kind of like big fights. But I think it's good. Like luckily we all like each other to like a degree to where like we can do this much touring and like it's not really an issue.
Yeah.
Being like around each other so much. So
Who brought that idea up?
Well,
Or just kind of came up like naturally, or like
know.
we kind of all we had a discussion, and we were like, yeah, we need to check in with each other more, and we need to be better about communicating so we don't get put in positions where, you know, there's a lot of intense feeling and stuff. So I think it was kind of all like a group discussion that we all decided on.
that's advanced.
I mean,
awesome.
it shouldn't be.
self-aware.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just saying,
It should be, but
Yeah.
yeah, shit.
Yeah.
You have you have jaded bands like us that just figure it out. You got to communicate. You got to talk to each other. I'm like, oh, you got to work out your feelings, unless you'll implode. That you or me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll take it down and do this to it, like emotion, like just put it down.
Yep.
Keep it down for a while, and then it'll just fucking explode.
The
Yeah.
thing is, though, I feel like all of us can kind of tell when
the
someone's
vibe-
in a bad mood or like if something's
Sick.
up. So like now, rather than just like letting it happen, we're kind of like, hey, like
Vibes off.
what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Vibe is off.
So
It feels like therapy in a way. It's really healthy.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, especially to stay together. You know,
Yeah.
it's so crucial. You know, what's your? I know that's very in the past few months how like I'm not calling you guys metalcore, but like that I've noticed that like I've been seeing bands, I'm watching bands live and listening to records, and I'll go to the Wikipedia page or their bio and like says metalcore from Australia or metalcore this. I'm like, that's metalcore. But I guess someone told me like, oh, like the umbrella of the genre is like way bigger than you think it is, Garza. I'm like, oh shit, like, I mean, what would you consider Dying Wish like a part of that, under that umbrella?
I have no clue anymore.
I mean,
Well, I mean, you can go ahead.
in my opinion, I still think we're a hardcore band because we started as a hardcore band. We did stuff DIY. We did it all of ourselves. Just so happened that we landed some pretty intense opportunities, and you know now we're being slotted with other bands that don't necessarily sound like us, which is like cool because like play every show, you'll get out there, get as many people to listen to your band as possible. But I think for me, hardcore is more about ethics than it is about what you actually sound like. So
Yes.
we did it the hardcore way,
It's
and
a
I still think
mentality.
I 100% agree with that. It's like we're
Yeah.
under the umbrella of hardcore, but we're like kind of this like metalcore influenced branch of hardcore.
Yeah.
I guess you could say
metal.
like like what you
Yeah.
could say about Knock Loose. Like Knock Loose is a hardcore band. They don't necessarily sound like Madball, but they sound they're like a metalcore influenced hardcore band.
Yeah,
Is the way I think
hardcore
about it.
is the same. It's kind of the same size umbrella as like metalcore and metal. Just generally, I think metal and hardcore. Hardcore kind of falls under the metal umbrella. So
True.
I just say metal.
Yeah.
If I'm explaining it to my mom, I'll say we're just we're a metal band. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
I just tell her that we sound like corn. It's like, well, it's really, Mom, it's really heavy stuff. It sounds like corn, but just heavier.
My mom says, "I wish you'd sing more. I can't understand what you're saying." But
yeah. My mom calls it Screamo
that's awesome.
to this day.
Shout out Adela.
Yeah,
I was
parents-
just about to
parents
say,
call it
shout
That
out
was,
Screamo.
the old,
Yeah.
that was the old way of explaining it.
Yeah.
Look at Screamo, man.
It sucks that they just took that genre name. It's like that, and then we all got fucking stuck with it.
Yeah.
Every band that has screaming in it, if you don't know the genre, you fuck, oh, they're like Screamo. And I'm like, fuck.
Sure.
Literally, they have 6 bands in that genre. Yeah, we all got stuck with that fucking
Yep.
title. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's MySpace fault too. Yeah.
Dude, we were talking about MySpace a lot. I'm in, dude.
Bring it back.
I remember it. My page and everything.
Yeah.
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 Peter
well,
Screamo.
What was your
Peter
MySpace?
Screamo.
Oh, that was literally Peter Screamo.
No way.
Well, no, it was with a K, so it was
P.
different.
So cool.
Yeah.
Shit.
okay.
What was your MySpace song?
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
MySpace song? Damn, I have to think about that.
I
one.
changed
It was a
mine like
playlist.
every 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hyped when it was a playlist where you could like
Oh yeah,
pick.
that was like the
like,
later era.
Yeah.
Mine was Waking the Cadaver for a while.
Oh, sick.
That one too.
The song.
Yeah, then you have people like Andrew that change their song every 3 days. I'm like, those people are psychos.
Dude, I
Me too.
had like a career on MySpace.
Really?
I like that. So I'm a graphic designer. That's like how I got into graphic design.
Oh,
was
shit,
through,
really?
Was through MySpace. I was making layouts for bands and shit. Like
tight.
I taught myself. Like I had like this fake version of Photoshop, and I taught myself coding by using those websites that were like, oh, like copy paste this into into this section, and then like I just like figured out how to like make like good looking artist MySpace pages, and I started making some for some people that are actually like doing really well now.
Oh,
Not
shit.
because of me, but like just like randomly. But yeah, so like I was doing that, and then MySpace kind of died out, and I was just like, I guess I'll keep doing design.
Andrew designs all our merch too.
It's
does.
massive.
Yeah.
That's a very important skill, especially someone that knows how to do like make websites and do this. It's a very important skill.
Yeah, I did the website too.
Interesting.
It's literally all because of MySpace though. Like if it wasn't for MySpace, like I don't know what my life would look like.
Big up
Like
some
big
literally,
ups.
Same.
literally,
Oh, yeah,
like,
same.
literally, would I be into this music? Would I
Yeah.
be into like the kind of art that I am? Like I don't know who I would be if it wasn't for MySpace.
Yeah.
So I was on it a lot.
That's
so
a
that's
crazy
probably
sense.
why I changed my songs so much. Is I was just like on it, just like
Yeah.
listening to different music. Like
Whoa. It sounds like we came up in a very similar era. Because I mean, yeah, MySpace for me was like that was it.
yeah.
Yep.
It went from Friendster to MySpace quick.
I skipped the Friendster.
Same.
I was never on Friendster. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I skipped it. Only because a cute girl says you should be on Friendster and MySpace. I'm like, okay. That's the only reason. That's why we do anything.
It was
Yeah.
it was AIM.
It always
was
goes back.
AIM and then MySpace.
Holy
What was
crap.
that other vampires website? Do you guys remember that?
I was never on that one.
Vampire Freaks?
Vampire Freaks.
Yeah.
What?
I tried it out for a
Excuse
minute.
me.
I wasn't on that, but I just know the name for some reason.
For some reason.
Sam's not saying anything.
I'm on. I don't know what they're talking
I
about.
ain't saying anything.
Oh my goodness.
Plead the
Holy
fifth.
shit. Well, what do you think about the current state of hardcore then? Like, bands coming up.
I think it's thriving.
It's more popular than
Yeah.
it has ever been. Yeah.
Yeah.
The internet.
Thanks to the internet, huh?
as bad as the internet can be. It's
Yeah.
It's
a lot of
made it
positives.
very accessible,
accessible.
and
Yeah.
it has 10 years
Like
ago.
TikTok,
it
like-
was not
Yeah.
like that. You know, you found out about going to shows because someone invited you to an event on Facebook. You know, and now it's like you know everything about bands these days. It's that there's a new social status of hardcore now. It's very strange.
like Shaquille O'Neal posted like a video of like one
Pain
of
of Truth.
a really popular like hardcore band, Pain of Truth, like a week ago. Like
Really?
he posted just a random video, and like there's just a video of this hardcore band on Shaquille O'Neal's like Instagram story, just like for no reason because he
Yeah.
found it. Like
Yeah.
That's a trip, huh?
yeah, like that would never happen 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You had to see like the kind of bands that are playing the kind of rooms. It's pretty like, whoa, that is nuts to see. It took a long time to get there. You know, it seems like multiple genres of any form of heavy is like getting at their own kind of wave. You know, us as deathcore, we're getting our own wave of hardcore. It's all kind of coming up. I'm curious where it's going. I think that was my next question for you. Like, where do you see like the hardcore scene going?
It's a very
Well,
thought-provoking question.
Yeah.
Can I ask? Maybe I don't know if this relates, but how did you guys discover Taylor Young and have him like record or master that new song you guys just put out? Like how did? Because that I think is a really crazy crossover.
Yeah.
To see like Suicide Silence chose this like prominent hardcore like recording like artist, whatever you want to call him. Like I've never seen that happen. So like I feel like I don't know how that relates to it, but I just
Yeah.
answered your question with a question.
Timing.
Mind games.
Timing was actually we were talking to Taylor like before this whole kind of boom thing happened with like the hardcore scene. So it's kind of again weird timing, and it kind of seems like. But yeah, we were talking to him about possibly doing a record, and we kind of tested out the waters. Mark and our guitar player Mark and Eddie, our singer, really were massive fans of Taylor Young, and we're actually I've heard his name be thrown around by them two for actually years now, and it's just the timing never lined up, or we never I don't know we had our heads up our asses, but then we signed to Central Media and Mike Gator, which is like a legendary A&R around here in Southern California. He used to work for Roadrunner. He goes to all the shows around here. Like if it's at a big show, like he's not gonna be there, but you'll go to a bar of any hardcore band, you know he will be there. And so once he said it, once I met Taylor, I realized the deep connection between Suicide Silence and Taylor Young, because he used to play in a band called Crematorium, and they would play my hometown when I was a little kid, and he's seen Suicide Silence like maybe even pre-Mitch. So he's known about the band we played with our bands played with each other like back in the day. He's seen shows, and I never realized. So he knows like the SoCal hardcore sound better than anybody. And I didn't know that.
I think he invented it in a way.
I was gonna. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
Because I can tell what band like recorded with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Taylor Young. Like it's very distinct.
He has that sound. And to be honest, like one of the first things that drew me to him was his guitar tone. I mean, because I've been trying to get a certain tone since our first record, the Cleansing. That came out 15 years ago. And every record we try, I'm like, I fucking hate the guitar tone. I hate it. But then I kind of got it. Why? Well, now we're with a SoCal dude, and he just knew that sound, and he finally got what I had in my body out. Like the old producers from our demo days to our first record finally did, and that's once I heard the first single, which is Thinking in Tongues, I was like, yeah, we're doing a record.
Yeah.
Totally.
That song
Hell
was
yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
I listened to that
he's
song because I kind of listened to that song because it was like record or produced or whatever.
Really?
Him. I was like really confused, like seeing
Makes no sense.
seeing these two names next to each other. Like,
Yeah.
So I listened to it. It was fucking sick. So.
When worlds collide.
Yeah.
When worlds collide. You'll be surprised how many producers don't get the vision out. It's so like, dude, I've seriously been getting fucked for like most of my career, and finally to have someone actually listen and not have it. Taylor Young does not have an ego. He doesn't have an ego. He knows who the fuck he is, and that's actually in this industry extremely rare. And that really drew me to him. And he has a way of saying things. I'm trying to be like Taylor. Like he could say things within like 2 words, and I have to say a fucking rant to say one thing. But like he's so precise with his words, and he's a fascinating guy, you know. And I see where band's going with them after this year.
Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
You know how to record with someone, like knows how to get that sound out. You know,
Well, yeah, the guy. I mean,
Randy.
Randy.
Yeah, that's how I feel like.
Him and Randy are like.
Me and Randy
Yes.
work so well together.
Yeah.
And I think we just lucked out. I don't like first shot.
It's kind of lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just luck. It's all it is. It's luck.
100% from the free throw line.
Yeah,
Producers.
yeah, it's tough.
Just one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was your second record, correct?
It was our first full length.
The first
The first full. Was there like a?
We did a split before that.
We did a
Split,
split,
right.
and there was like
Yeah,
a
we did
demo.
like.
That's what it was. A split.
Demo,
Yeah,
a demo and a
Band
split.
called Serration.
that's what it was.
Like,
I was in the gym, kind of looking, like, what the fuck is this? Okay, I saw like two titles. I'm like, the 2 titles. I was like, why is it 2 titles?
you should listen to listen to Serration though too. Like Serration is
It's sick.
a really good
Okay.
band. Like, like our best friends.
Cool.
Yeah, they're
Explains a lot.
Best snare tone.
Coulter.
It's really
You
good.
gotta have a good snare tone.
Really good snare tone.
Shout out Coulter for sure.
Yeah, how is that process like? And I know you guys could get back. What's your writing process like? Especially for this last record.
The last record, I had probably half of it, like skeletons of songs that I just kind of write at home. And then I'll write with Randy when we go to the studio for like a week, just bang out songs. And then we'll just everyone will kind of surround and just be like, what if we did this? What if we did that? And then we just kind of send it. I don't know.
It is really cool because, like, when they write, I noticed that Randy, he kind of, like, will write parts and is like, you need a big vocal moment here. And so him and I work well in that way, too, where he's like, this is the part where you do the ah. And I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
So it's cool.
So it sounds like you get, like, the skeleton with Randy, and then are you... When it's presented to, so that's presented to the whole band, correct? And then are you in a same room together?
Yeah, or we'll be there as it's happening.
Yeah, like when we did our like full length, like we had enemies which we already like written, like full written. We had like
an 8 already done.
Already done. We're like kind of into it.
And then we had like 5 others that were like mostly ready.
Yeah, that we didn't.
Mostly ready.
Yeah,
and then we like worked on those songs first and got them like to like their final state, and then
Randy was just kind of like, what if we had a song that started like this? What if we had a song that started like that? That way it flows like this.
Yeah, and like what if we had one in this key? Like he kind of had these ideas. He's like, you guys haven't done this before. Like I think you could do this. And then
Randy does that super well. He's just like, you don't have a song in this key because I write a lot of the same shit.
Yeah,
yeah, I know what you mean.
And he's just like, what if you started here? And it's just like, okay, I'll work on it. And then like, yeah,
like
we'll just send videos back and forth. Like, is this the riff? He's like, no, that's not quite it. And then we'll like
then you get
freak, and then we'll freak out. We'll be like, this is the riff.
yeah.
Sick. Do you find that you'll try what he says and then it doesn't feel right at first?
Exactly.
But then you after like wow, you're like, oh wait, that's way better than I thought.
I'll like sleep on it, and then I'll wake up and I'm
crazy,
just like,
huh?
I'm not feeling it today. And then the next day I'm like, this rocks.
That's I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
I kind of call it the like unknown, where like we'll play something, I'm like, I don't know where it's going. I don't really like it.
Exactly.
But give it time. The song's done. It's done. Give it a week. I'm like, I love this now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. I mean, some of the songs needed vocals on it, and then that's what made me fall in love with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of the moments do happen vocally. So I think, without that.
Like it doesn't click until you hear
Right.
this certain vocal. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's sick. It sounds like so you definitely get in a room when it's all like.
Yeah.
Do you hash it out live? Like you're in the room like this is playing.
No,
I don't think we haven't
Guitar
done
and
that
computer
since
usually, yeah.
we haven't done that since we wrote Enemies. I don't think, or like
Really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Especially right now, just
Like
because
3
we're
years
always
ago.
yeah.
gone. But
Sick.
yeah, but yeah, I'm on my computer all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. We're just grinding. It's
Yeah,
weird.
just-
Just ripping.
That's all we can do.
Ripping. Yeah. It's all. I mean, the more. There's no shortcuts.
Yeah.
There's none. The more time you put into it, the more that really proves if you love it or not.
Yeah.
If you're willing to put in that time, it says you still want to do it, and it's because you love it. And
Exactly.
that's that also is good. That's an unplanned segue, but listening when I hear the music, when I hear your band, I do hear a band that's like there is a focus on longevity. I hear a band like you want to be around for a while.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Also explains there's no other option.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no plan B, so
Yeah, there's no other option. It's scary, huh?
I like it.
Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster, and you keep going up and up and up.
Exactly.
And it's
Yeah.
like that anxiety that builds up. I like that feeling.
Same. I like anxiety and like feeling nervous because those are really exciting. It's like playing a show.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Before I met all you, like I was nervous, but it's like I'm about to play a show. I'm gonna sit down and sit conversation when it's done and be like, yeah, sick. Oh my god, we're fucking sick.
Yes, exactly.
Honestly, I think I have more interview and like podcast anxiety than like pre-show anxiety.
Really?
Yeah,
Why do you think that is?
because I do I say the same words every
Usually
night.
it's only her.
It's true.
I do them alone a lot. It's
Yeah.
so much more fun
There's-
with them around and
there's-
easier.
Rare ones, which are, I think this is a very rare happening. Like
Second
getting
time.
This is the
everybody-
second
time it's ever happened.
But it's fun.
Well, then the first full band interview was actually in Pomona.
It was.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw that one. What's up? Yeah. I was like, I hope they. I know that's why I really appreciate all you being here, because I know how hard it is. I felt kind of. I apologize in advance. I put you under some pressure getting the whole band together.
Don't
So
apologize. It's okay.
I know how hard it is, because sometimes like I feel bad, like someone like want, I don't know, they want like talk to the whole band at once. I'm like, that is so hard. I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
This guy's having lunch somewhere. This guy's
Peter wants to work out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was about to go to the gym, and then I was like, "Oh, podcast time! All right, let's do it."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was so stoked because it kept building. It was like first, like Tom told me, "Oh, be maybe," and then it was Emma and Sam, and then like it's kept building. Oh, maybe a few more, and then you're on your way, and like the whole band's going. I'm like,
Yeah.
so sick.
Love it.
Awesome.
I'm glad I was semi prepared besides the trash can.
He's comfy.
That's kind of our fault,
cool.
though. I should have brought a throne. So.
Sick. Well, what are the plans after this record?
Tour.
Tour.
Tour, write.
Tour.
Yeah, we're
A lot of writing.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's cool. I hear it in tone, dude.
That's so much.
Guys, I hear that Mace. I'm like, fuck that guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great, man. Great. Are you thinking? It might be speaking to you soon, but which I want to share a quick experience. But are you thinking about? Are you already thinking about who you're going to go with on the next record?
Randy.
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah.
Hands down.
100%.
Yeah,
Great.
hands
I don't think there's any other
Without a
option.
doubt.
yeah.
He brings a lot out of us.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah. He makes me a better guitar player. He makes Jeff a better drummer. He makes
100%.
Emma a better vocalist. Like he
Wow.
gets it. He gets it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
So
a
it's
great
just-
friend.
Yeah, he's a great friend too. Like he's awesome to be around. He's great to work with. He's just awesome.
Where is he based out of?
New Jersey.
Jersey. Oh yeah. So you guys you go East Coast. Fly or drive?
We flew last
Usually
time.
flew last time.
We're driving next time.
Yeah, we're driving next time.
What do you do with gear?
Gear?
Yeah.
He has-
If
he
you're
has-
flying.
He has
He's got so much
Unlimited.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a dual rec too.
Unlimited
He's got a
stuff, yeah.
Bogner Uberschall and like he's
the
got
Bogner.
He's got everything.
I'm
Yeah.
horned up, dude. Sorry.
Exactly. So am I. Just thinking about it, I'm horned up.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So you already know.
Exactly.
You know what? That's fair too. A band that knows. Oh, we know we're doing our record with
Yeah.
this person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
just
know?
like the first record was great. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
And
wish.
better.
even the stuff that we are sitting on at the
Oh my
moment,
god.
Yeah,
Sick.
game over.
we already did a week of pre-pro with him
Yeah,
before the tour.
We
so-
recorded like
Really?
a full actual song,
It's awesome.
and it's
Probably.
one of the best songs we
It's like my favorite thing I've ever written.
It's so sick.
And it came from a thing where Randy was like, "You don't have a song in this key."
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and he like sent me a video. He's like, "What if you did something like this?" And then like I just kind of took the key and went a different direction, and I was just like, "Let's do it."
Wow.
So
That's so sick.
yeah,
Well, you're making the right moves. One of the biggest mistakes I made in my career was not doing our second record with the first producer. I just wished, like, fuck, we had our heads up our asses, which we just went back with that guy. That sounds perfect.
Right.
But it's cool that you guys you all have the vision.
and I think like when we were going in to do the first record, Tom was just like, "Who do you want to produce?" And I think the only name we had was Adam D.
Yeah.
And Tom was just like, "That might be a little out of your price range right now, but let me put you on to Randy."
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom
And
and
it was
Randy
game over.
play in a band together.
Okay.
And he's always vouched for Randy, and Randy does good work. We
Sick.
he did like Kublai Khan, who we've like recently toured with and are
Yeah.
friends with, and he does like he did like the new Chamber album. He had like some
Casey Strain.
Casey
he does
Strain, right?
He does like a
yeah,
lot of the
he's-
Casey Strain.
Yeah, he had credentials
Left
and,
Behind,
and,
I'm pretty sure.
and really good mixes, and so we're like, yeah, let's do it. And Tom just vouched for him and was like, he's also just like an amazing songwriter and musician. So we're like, yeah, I think it feels right. And then we did the album, and it was like kismet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of just been like he's our guy.
Yeah. Every time them two like write stuff together, I'm like, okay, gonna be a better guitar player today. Because,
Oh
like,
yeah,
dude.
everyone, dude, everyone.
Dude.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
like, there's-
suck. I suck.
There's like times where
Dude.
I can't play that. Like I can't do
Yeah.
that. But then like
Yeah.
I'll learn it.
Yeah.
And then I will do it. Yeah.
Now you learn it, and then you go on tour with it, then you come back a little better.
Yep. Yep.
It's this endless cycle.
Exactly.
And then you keep realizing how much you suck, and then you keep trying and practicing, and
It's just striving to be better every day.
yeah, and great news. It never ends. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's a feeling I didn't really expect. Like I didn't expect to be inspired my whole career, but you just keep for some reason you just keep going, and you're
Exactly.
inspired.
Honestly, like, it's crazy how much we've done and how much we've learned and how much better we all are since we were in the studio for our first record. And like I think all of us, like, that experience was a little scary to like write your first record and like perform your first record. But now like there's just this new level of confidence under our belt, and we all know exactly what kind of musician we want to be. We have a better idea of the kind of direction that we're going in as a band. And like, it's not that the first record was rushed, it wasn't, but like now we're like, second record is going to be like, it's going to be a prime example of who we are.
About stuff.
What'd you say?
Meticulous.
You're using big words.
It really is.
I take that as disrespect. Well, shit. Let's wrap this up. This is your next tour.
Yes.
You're touring with Hatebreed. 20 years.
Perseverance, too.
Can't wait.
A Call for Blood is my favorite Hatebreed song.
Oh, Gate Creeper, too?
Oh yeah, those are the boys.
I've heard Body Snatcher is wonderful people also. So
Yeah.
I hear they're awesome.
yeah.
So this episode will drop probably right when the tour ends with Prada.
Sick.
So then we'll just promote these shows.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
And you're literally going to be back here on the cameras in my way.
Oh, we're playing-
on the 19th.
We're also announcing more shows.
Are you really?
During
Right,
this
yeah.
tour.
Yo, actually,
really?
on Monday,
Is it Monday?
I believe.
Oh, wow.
More shows.
There's more dates.
I just realized we're
Yeah.
playing House of Blues again. That's sick.
Yeah, you will be at the same venue.
Let's do another podcast.
I was gonna say
Let's run it
Part
back.
2.
part 2.
Wanna hang
run it
out?
back.
Part 2.
Let's hang out.
Let's get lunch.
I'll take a shot with you next time.
Let's do shots and just ruin it.
Yes.
Cool, yeah, so that this tour of Hatebreed starts on
It
October
actually starts on the
27th.
25th.
Oh, 25th. Okay, so you guys see have shows at I'm seeing. So it's the 25th, and can you say when it ends?
That's the end.
So this
Is
is
the
San
House of
Diego.
Blues in San Diego.
San Diego on the 20th. San Diego, Anaheim, San Francisco, Seattle, home show in Roseland. I always want to play the Roseland.
my God.
Fucking
I can't-
list.
Dude.
So this is
Insane.
So this is your band's first time playing that theater.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
like
a
the
big
biggest-
deal.
and
Same with
last time I
Showbox,
saw
too.
Hatebreed was at the Rose.
Oh, yeah.
With Guar.
Yeah.
Awesome
They
show.
did another anniversary tour. They played there, and
Yeah.
we were most of us were all there, and it was like,
Yep.
That's
Crazy.
a bucket list thing.
great.
Oh,
I can't wait.
It's huge. It's like the biggest, not the biggest room, but
It's the
it is.
biggest next
It's
to
the biggest
It
like
is.
club room.
Yeah.
biggest next to like the
If you wanna call it a
basketball
club.
arenas.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah.
Albuquerque, Lubbock, Houston, Oklahoma City, Pops, Cleveland, Ohio, obviously Virginia Beach, Virginia, and there's more dates coming. Proud of you guys.
Thank
you.
you.
So sick.
Thank you.
And just close off, where can people find you?
Dying Wish HC.
Yeah.
Dying Wish official.
HC.
HC, hardcore.
Dying Wish HC on, I don't know, Twitter and Instagram and
Yep.
Facebook,
Spotify.
Spotify, Apple
Wherever,
Music.
wherever you guys
Tidal.
want to,
Shout out
wherever you guys
Tidal.
use.
You're on
shout out
Tidal.
Tidal.
Shout out Tidal.
Shout out title.
Is Tidal sick?
I don't know.
They,
I don't know.
They pay their artists most.
Do they?
That's true, actually.
They
Yeah.
pay
Huh.
the artists get more royalties from a title stream than they would any other.
Is it more? Is it more expensive monthly or?
I don't
I don't
think
know.
so.
That's a good question.
I wonder. Because I like my. Is Spotify still $9.99? I don't know anymore.
I don't know. I don't pay for mine.
Yeah.
You're in a band. You don't pay for the streaming service.
I'm on a family plan.
Yeah,
I'm on a family
Okay.
plan. So
Okay.
like, I'm just,
Okay.
like,
Sure. Okay. Oh yeah. I'm on the family plan too.
I think it is 99.
I use-
$9.99 though.
I use Apple Music. Okay. All right.
Dying Wish, pleasure.
Thank you
Thanks.
so
Thank
much.
you
Everyone,
so much.
that's it. Later.